I think you're better at presenting than me. I'm not a good presenter.
I've never done this before.
Bonjour! I traveled to Malta to visit, but I still think about Britain. So I'm going to ask British people locally what they think about Malta and Maltese people. Did you know that there are British influences here in Malta? People drive on the left and electrical sockets are the same as in Britain. So I can't wait to hear British people's opinion. Is it your first time in Malta and where have you been?
It is our first time in Malta. We arrived Thursday night, so we went to Gozo for a day trip and we've walked around Valletta city.
Yeah, this is our first time in Malta.
We got here last week and we went to Gozo.
We love Gozo, Camino and Cominotto.
The Blue Lagoon was very nice.
Yes, this is my first time in Malta. We're staying at St Julian's, but we've been travelling the whole of Malta and it's been amazing. The weather's been amazing and it has so much history. You can walk down a normal street and you'll find so much history and culture, and I think the architecture is absolutely amazing. It blows your mind.
This is my first time in Malta and we have been to Gozo for a few days. Same, yeah.
So we're staying in Valletta. Yes, first time in Malta, and I live in Greece, so it takes an hour and a half. So it was an ideal opportunity to come here.
Question number 2. What do you like about Malta?
Oh, what's not to like?
I like the weather. I like the historical buildings. I like the water. The sea is gorgeous. And the people and the food. Yeah, the weather and the food and wine. And the buildings are just gorgeous. It's just been beautiful.
The architecture is quite interesting too.
It's stunningly beautiful. The history, the architecture, just the whole ambience of the place.
So far, I'm loving the history. I've learnt a lot. I was quite ignorant about such a long history of the Phoenicians and the Romans and the Greeks and the Ottomans, and then the First and Second World War history, which has totally enlightened me.
I like the buildings, the architecture, and I like the vibe. The weather's amazing for a British person coming here. I think it's nice to experience some sun.
The sun, the heat, how relaxed it is around here.
It's so relaxed and friendly.
Definitely a very relaxed ambience, environment. The beaches and just the beautiful natural landscapes, even just the colour.
I would say I really like the flowers as well. The flowers are very pretty.
A very rich history, like lots of ancient things to explore. We saw the Cittadella. Today we saw Medina. Just so much rich history and learning about so much. We even went to the dungeons today. Super scary, recommend that.
Is there any funny experience, funny story you would like to share?
Bear in mind it's been incredibly sunny all week. Today we've been in the most horrendous thunderstorm where the whole streets have flooded and we didn't know how we'd get to the airport.
We were very worried for a minute. Luckily we didn't have to be towed.
Only really dropping our shopping in the street, and all the bottles of water running down the hill, and the lovely Maltese people picking up the bottles for us, and some very friendly cats. We're used to having cats as we live in Greece, but some very friendly cats who are very happy to be petted.
Don't know if it's funny, but we fell off some rocks only a few days ago in Gozo. We slipped off some rock chasing the sunset. She broke her wrist and I split my head open. We've been here 24 hours. No alcohol involved. Wearing sensible shoes. So you could laugh at it or you could cry. So it's not the funniest of stories, but now we started to laugh at it. I'm not laughing.
You are more or less okay now, right?
Yes. Sensible shoes every day.
Question number 3. How are the people in Malta? Are they friendly?
I'd say they're very friendly, very welcoming.
Exceptionally friendly. We have not met anyone who isn't. Wonderful in the cafes, when you're out and about, everyone smiles. It's wonderful.
So far, we've found the Maltese people super friendly, really helpful.
Yes, so far I think the Maltese people I've encountered have been quite friendly and quite helpful, which is nice.
Mostly they are. They were very friendly in the hospital. The service was really good and the doctor was really nice and very hot. But we have encountered some rude people, but I don't know if they are from Malta or if they're from other places. When we were catching the bus was the worst place. Pushing in front, just...
No manners.
No, they're not like English people. Yeah, English love to queue, Maltese don't. So it's every man for himself. But we have met some really lovely people as well, so it's been a mixed bag. The guy that was the owner of the Airbnb that we stayed in last time at the farmhouse, he was really, really lovely. He looked after us, he made sure we had water in our room, took us to the chemist for prescriptions. So yeah, he looked after us when we needed some help. He lives in Gozo. He was really nice.
We dropped a bag of shopping outside. We had small bottles of water and the guy was there to pick them up and put them in a box and send us happily on our way. So far, we've thoroughly enjoyed the company of the Maltese people.
We've always felt welcomed and that we can ask as many questions as we want about the area. We've had some really good tour guides who are super informative, very laid back. Yeah, it's been really nice here.
I think with the Maltese people, what you see is what you get, you know, very forthcoming and honest. And I think that's a lovely thing. They seem really lovely and down to earth and just straightforward, which I think's nice.
You get simple answers and I like that. Very straight to the point.
Question number 4. What do you think of Maltese food?
Oh, I love food. We've had some nice food. The fish is amazing and they do some amazing breads as well, which is just different from the UK. The food has been really nice, been fresh and tasty.
I like the food as well, but not as much as her. She's greedy. But yeah, the cheese is really nice and the fresh stuff like the figs. We tried the prickly pear. That was really nice.
Yeah.
Maltese wine is good. So yeah, no complaints here.
The food I have tried, it has been quite delicious. We've especially loved the pasta and the seasonings and stuff, so that's been amazing, yes. As a British person, I think it's so diverse. You've got all the clubs, all the bars, and a lot of food, and we were looking for halal food and we've got so many options, so I think that was something interesting to learn about Malta.
It's quite cosmopolitan. We've had some Indian food and some Chinese food whilst we've been here, which has made a great change from Greek food. We have tried the famous Maltese rabbit dish, which was fantastic.
We've had a lot of rabbit, which we never would have had in England, and we quite liked it. What would you say it's like?
It resembles chicken in a way. It was very tasty. I had the rabbit stew myself last night. I thought it was so nice to try something new.
We're vegetarian, so it's a little more challenging for us, but they've made every effort. We can always find something to eat.
I love wherever I go to try new traditional local food. You can clearly see the Italian influence in a lot of the restaurants. I love Italian food. I think you do too. We all do.
Question number 5. What are Maltese people and what is Malta famous for?
Maltesers?
I was going to say the same. I don't think they'd approve.
Do you know, I have to say I'm rather ignorant on that because this was a last-minute booking, so we usually do a lot of research. But it's been a surprise, which in itself is wonderful. You like to have surprises when you go on holiday, so we're reading and learning as we go around.
Popeye.
We did see Popeye earlier.
There's a long military history here.
They have been invaded a lot.
They helped us in the war. Yeah, they were very good in the war, I think.
They're very resilient.
It's an island, so dominated predominantly by anything to do with the sea. We visited the Malta Experience yesterday and it explained how important the sea has brought influences in and taken influences out over the years.
And there's a lot of culture because of that.
And I suppose with all the invasions and different things, they've had to really try so hard to maintain their culture, which I think you can see in many different ways as you visit these sites, as you meet different people.
A lot of the stuff, it's around the night and the history, and that's what it's famous for, the history around the world wars and how the religious individuals who actually brought religion into the country, and that's what I think it's famous the most for, and I've enjoyed reading about that and learning a lot about that.
Yeah, I even was reading about in Medina, there's like a nun. She's the only one within the walls, and there's a lot of she's facing a lot of pressures to leave by different people, but she's so steadfast and she won't, that's her religion, and she won't be sort of bullied into leaving, and she wants to maintain the culture. So I think that's just one example of how resilient they are and how they want to maintain that.
And last question, which places would you recommend that a tourist visits?
So we've just been to Valletta, that was nice.
The centre of Valletta is a must.
And Medina was gorgeous as well.
We've discovered a lot of Valletta. We've walked 15 kilometres yesterday and today we've come over on the ferry to the 3 cities, so we're going to enjoy discovering this part this afternoon, which is fabulous. It's the yachts and I love the sound of the ropes clinking on the masts of the ships. It just gives a great feeling and it's a lovely holiday vibe. It's very cosmopolitan, so many accents and languages that I can't particularly recognise, but it's lovely. Everybody seems to be having an amazing time.
Gozo was wonderful, but we got soaked. The heavens opened and it was like a river, so we couldn't enjoy it as much as we might have.
We did a boat trip and it took us all the way around the island and we got to swim, well you didn't, and see this blue lagoon, so that was really nice.
Cittadella was quite nice. Yeah, not Blue Lagoon.
Blue Lagoon is beautiful, but it does get very busy. If you go really early in the morning. When we did arrive, there were very few people in the lagoon and it did look far more beautiful. And if you go, swim over to the Cominoto Island. You can swim through the cave and it's just more relaxed and less people around and nice to explore, see some nice fish and marine life. But we've seen a lot of nice different beaches. We've done Ramla Bay, far more popular, but lovely sandy. And then some sort of more ones that are more covey and really lovely for a swim.
It's nice, lots and lots of history, walking, great for city break, great for people who love the sea. We've seen hikers, climbers, divers. So lots of people, caters for everybody. I think it depends what your taste is, what you like to do. If you like an activity holiday or if you like to chill. It's got everything for everybody, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. If you want to relax, you can relax. If you want to go out walking, you can go out walking. There's a lot to see and a lot to do. There's a lot to see and there's a lot to do.
St Julian's, if you're staying there, it's quite convenient. If you are into the history, I would say a little bit more towards Valletta because you are the doorstep of the history then. So those are the two places.
And we got a pretty sunset.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah.
As you can see behind us, wow.
Wow.
Stunning. If you want to know why to come to Malta, I think that is very representative right there, you know?
It is very interesting to hear other people's opinions and stories from their trips. There are so many interesting places to discover. And you, have you been to Malta? And what did you think of it? Please let me know. And if you would like to see another interesting video, you will find it here. Au revoir, à bientôt!